The amount of dread I had for this day was immeasurable, and yet it came anyways, and that was the first day of the spring semester. What an intro, Jena. Yep, I'm dramatic, what can I say?
Only see us in our dreams, I'm outside.
My day started out as most days do, and that is late. I woke up an hour late. The reason for that was because the night before I was up late packing, and then I had to fill out a bunch of forms for my school to prove that I do not have a certain virus, if you know what I mean. And so I had to submit all of that, and then by the time I fell asleep, it was close to 4 in the morning. I woke up to both dogs crushing my legs, but that's okay because they're the only thing giving me serotonin right now. I contemplated skipping class and hanging out with them all day, but I decided that would not be good for my GPA. This is Grover. That's Junie. It is very cold out. You probably knew that already, but I just wanted to reiterate. Also, I don't go there. Not an NU student. I had about 20 minutes left before my first Zoom class, so I said hi to my mom. Hi! And went to make something to eat. It's a special day, so I want to make myself the good waffles. Boop! In they go. Ignore the crumbs from earlier that week. I am just asking for my toaster to catch on fire. I make a cup of coffee for almost every morning class, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't always drink it. I always have to give her a piece of ice. It's not fair. I get all this ice and she doesn't get a single one. That would just simply not be fair. I didn't have time to make fresh coffee, so I just used what was left of my Chobani cold brew. Wait, why does it smell like that? Hold on, let me test this. Nah, we're good. Okay, anyways. This is honestly a little watery, which I like, except I always forget to pour a little extra coffee, and then I find myself drinking coffee-flavored milk, essentially. I keep it classic. My coffee recipe is pretty standard. It's just coffee, milk, and creamer. If I ever opened my own cafe, I would sell peppermint mochas all day, every day, no matter the season. Peppermint mocha being a seasonal thing is ridiculous. It should be an all-time thing, in my opinion. Here are the waffles. Very nice, very pretty sunlight. Look at them go. I wasted a lot of time with this clip, but that's okay. I was so excited to devour these, and then I looked at the clock and realized that my class started in like 30 seconds. Rushed back to my bedroom, and I was logging on to Zoom like a minute before the class started. Tiny bit stressful, would not recommend, but here we are. That's really sticky. The first class I had was an African American history class, and it's probably one of the classes I was most excited about. I'm minoring in history, but I haven't had the chance to take a history class since last fall, so this was really exciting for me. I couldn't find the Zoom link initially, so by the time I made it to class, I was a couple minutes late, but the professor didn't call me out, and that's all I really care about at this point.
And yeah, that's it.
I forgot to film my introduction. I'm so sorry. We're gonna make it later.
And they're sitting in the same room just to screw with us all, aren't they? That is what's going on, right?
Okay, I literally have class in like 20 minutes, but I'm tired, and this could be potentially a really long class. I don't think it's going to be because it's on Zoom, and I don't really know how they can stretch a studio class to be 5 hours long on Zoom. However, film professors manage to do it, so I won't put it past this professor. It's possible. I don't even know how to cover how it's possible, but you just have to trust me. Okay, finished my second class, and that is my last class of the day. I'm almost done with my coffee. It was very watery, and my mom just brought back a matcha latte, so good stuff. I'm currently juggling 4 different drinks. I have those 2 drinks, and I have a tiny bit of vitamin water left, and I have normal water. So what can I say? I'm well hydrated. Technically, coffee dehydrates you, so theoretically these things bounce out in my brain. I'm done with that class, so now I kind of just have the day to do whatever. I do have to go vote for a school committee election thing because I'm still in my hometown. Go vote for that. soonish. I can't go right now because they're actually pausing because the voting happens at my high school and they're pausing it during the time buses come. Nothing is more annoying for bus drivers than people just like clogging the roads with their cars, like with the bus route, you know. It's valid. It makes sense. Go do that. And while I'm doing that, I also have to go buy a couple more things for this class I'm not psyched about, but I know they're not expensive. Tape, like blue tape, and I have to buy wax paper. Forgot to buy that last night. Like, I knew I had to get it and I forgot. I need to leave like maybe like 11 a.m. noon so that I can get there before lunch rush hour and before the testing center closes, because I have to get tested before my Thursday class, and it can take up to 48 hours to get my test back, but usually I get it in like 24 hours. If I get it done on Tuesday, I'll get the result on Wednesday, and as long as it's negative, then I can go to class on Thursday. So I'm getting much better at sending emails. I don't think about it for 20 million years. I didn't think about it for 10 million years. I'm really excited about it. I'm getting very good vibes from the professor. They remind me of some of my art teachers I've had in high school. I had 2 art teachers in high school. One I adored, love her very dearly. The other one absolutely hated me. If you know, you know. But I am getting good vibes, and I know I'm getting good vibes because I get excited for the class even though I'm sitting on a computer. The only thing is that they're probably going to endorse my hoarding habits. Let me explain. This isn't even the half of it. Basically this is a mixed media class, so there's a lot of collaging and like putting stuff together, and so something I have to do is I have to gather 25 pieces of stuff that I can put together. I think I'm good. I'm gonna go through this and see if there's anything that I don't see myself using. Like for example, this is really tacky. This is very ugly. Why did I buy this? I don't know. Also, this isn't even recommended, this kind of paper. Oh, this is heavy. I was going through this last night and trying to put things in it according to the materials list, but this is my ginormous, it's essentially a tackle box of art supplies, and it's like my favorite thing ever, but I haven't had any use for it recently. I haven't taken any art classes. Sorry, hefting this thing up here is like, that was a lot. But I haven't had any art classes, and I just haven't had time to like do anything artistic outside of school because it's been a lot. It was a long fall semester. Yeah, I got this on sale at Michael's, and I had a coupon on top. This was on clearance, so that was like the best deal of my life. I think it was like $12-15 when you add up all the sales. I think it's normally like $30 or $40, unfortunately, just because it is huge. I've been wanting something like this since I was a kid. Like, I'm not even kidding. In Hannah Montana the movie, I always wanted a box like that because I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Not even necessarily for makeup, just like to have. And then the other thing is, I think it's like Judy Moody and the Not Bummer Summer, something like that, and her aunt, I think. It's amazing. Random stuff in it. It is about 5:10, and I am once again writing email. This is what people don't tell you about your adult life. When you become an adult, your whole life just becomes writing emails to people. If you don't know how to write an email, good thing to know. I don't think I'm the best person to tell you how to write an email because I literally say like the same thing in every single email minus the actual thing that I'm trying to say. So like I always write like the same introduction. So sign this email. Another thing, like a misconception, or at least what felt like a misconception for me, was when I was in like middle school, people would teach us like this whole proper email format, or at least they tried to teach us. I don't know if it actually stuck with me, but they tried. And it was like emails would like be about as long as a letter, but when you actually become an adult, the shorter the email, the better. Like, I've literally had professors email me back a single sentence. In high school, I had a science teacher, they emailed me a thumbs up emoji. That was the entire email. It was just a thumbs up emoji. I also went to McDonald's. I wasn't planning on getting this, but at that point, you're paying $1 for a soda. So I was like, why not throw a Sprite in there? What's annoying is like the ad drop day is literally Sunday, and I'm like, how do I really know if keep or get rid of a class when I'm like not even on campus for half of my classes? So like that doesn't really make sense to me. This happened to me in high school and it happens to me in college now. And when ad drop, the deadline for it is way too soon for me to know if I'd like a class or not, and then I get stuck in a class because it's happened twice now where I've had a gut instinct where I'm like, I should drop this class, or I should try to switch out of this class, and then I don't, and then the second class I'm like, I should have dropped it, so now I'm stuck in it. So I have to have good grades because I need to keep my scholarships and all of that stuff. Well, I have to keep scholarships, and most scholarships that I'm applying to, you need to have a 3.5 or higher, which I have right now. Spring semester, I only had, well, I had a 3.4, which is not a bad GPA. Don't let someone tell you that that's a bad GPA, but it wasn't high enough for some of my external scholarships, like scholarships outside of the university, so I did not get them. I think I'm going to keep both of these classes that I'm taking on Mondays because I'm just getting good energy from the professors. They seem understanding, and
looking through the syllabus, it doesn't seem like overwhelming amount of work as of now. History class might take a little bit out of me because there's but there's a decent amount of reading that I'm not super confident about. There's just enough reading where I'm like, I gotta keep up with the reading or it's gonna be very obvious. Usually I've noticed with humanities classes, you can kind of get away with not reading it. Sometimes in English class I can pull it off because that's a little bit more creative and I work around it, but in a history class it's a little bit harder because you have to reference it's just, I don't know, it's like certain classes I can kind of work around it if I didn't quite finish a chapter, but with this one I'm a little scared that I'm not gonna, I'll be fine. I just have to remember. Found a copy of the book online, so I'm gonna download that to my iPad in a couple minutes. Thankfully there's only one textbook. That'll be good. If you're in high school and you're thinking I can't wait to get to college and take only classes that I want to take, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but that is likely not going to happen. You might like the classes a little bit more, but there's probably always going to be at least one class a semester that you don't want to take, but you kind of have to. Gen Eds are a thing, so yeah. I'm gonna go. I just got 2 more emails as I was talking, so I'm gonna go into those, download the textbook, and finish packing. So yeah, if I don't see you guys, that's where I'm going. That's what I'm doing. Okay.